doubt most of you fifth-gear viewers feel exactly the same as me. Yet for some, the mere idea of getting behind the steering wheel brings them out in a cold sweat.
When you stop and think about it, it's easy to imagine why people are frightened. Driving is one of the most dangerous things we do. We all know what might happen if we miscalculate by just a few inches. We can all imagine what happens if something much bigger than us doesn't see us. And every day we put our lives in the hands of drivers around us. Most people just don't think about what might happen, but for some, the fear is paralysing.
Everything comes rushing in, fear beyond belief, feeling out of control. Heart suddenly starts pounding, breath short, stop almost breathing. But weirder than that is you have this bizarre feeling that the wheel's just going to go straight into the other traffic. You're going to kill yourself.
The thought of driving on a motorway was just pure abject terror. I would have nightmares the night before embarking on a journey. I couldn't go into the outside lane because I felt that the barrier was drawing me towards it.
Ironically, it does seem to be that motorways, statistically our safest roads, spark the most driving phobias. This is Julia. She passed her driving test over 20 years ago and ever since has been frightened of driving on motorways. Her regular journey to work should involve the M25, but each time she goes on it, the anxiety takes over and the stress levels mount.
I can't see. Oh no, they're all there. Oh my God, look at the big lorry coming along. How am I going to get on? It's not going to let me out. I'm going to have, oh my word. No, it's just pulled out. Oh, excuse my French. Oh, flipping hell.
Julia's reaction is quite typical amongst driving phobics. The fear about a situation turns into paranoia and then surfaces as anger.
Okay. Oh, look where they're going. They're just moving around, all inside the lanes. It's just mad.
And as well as getting angry, phobics tend to slow down, making the whole situation even worse.
You got my... What's it? Oh, off you! How does he think he is? Look at the way he's wobbling in and out. Oh, he's wobbling. Look, he's coming over here.
So what can be done? Is there a cure for scared drivers? Join us later when we try and convince Julia that she really can live life in the fast lane.
Oh, my head hurts.
Welcome back to our investigation into the world of scared drivers. Earlier on, we met Julia, who has a phobia of driving on motorways.
Oh, now I'm stuck in the middle lane, all on my own.
We've invited along car psychologist Conrad King to see if he can cure her fear. The first thing that's obvious is that driving itself isn't her problem.
You're a very good driver. I don't like to boost your morale too much, but I mean, you're driving, braking, accelerating, using the gearbox very smoothly, and you steer well, so you've got no problems with normal driving at all.
Not at all. As I say, I'm quite happy I drive into London in the rush hour. It doesn't bother me at all.
So, why a fear of motorways? Well, most driving phobias have roots in specific incidents that happened in the driver's past, and this seems to be true for Julia.
I know I had a battered old Hillman Imp, and I remember once driving along the North Circular and it sort of gave out in the fast lane and just stopped, which was a bit scary.
So did you literally stop in the outside
stopped.
lane?
It just lost power.
I could give anyone a problem.
And it just like, and it just stopped with all these cars going behind you.
Were you scared?
Well, yeah, because I'd only just passed my test, so I really didn't know.
How old were you?
I was probably 18.
Is it me, or is that like a really good thing to set you up for a phobia?
Identifying what it is that's caused the phobia is frankly half the problem. Then it's a matter of coming up with methods of minimising the fears. In Julia's case, she needs to know her car won't let her down.
Start building a routine. If you know you're going to drive on the motorway,
Yeah.
and part of that routine is, do you know your car is reliable?
Yeah.
You know, can we check the tyre pressures? I just want to make sure before we go on the motorway. And what you're doing is you're building up a routine to make sure everything you can do is making yourself safe. If you do that, it will just take a little bit of the anxiety away.
On the dual carriageway, everything changed. Julia tensed up and gripped the steering wheel hard, paranoid about getting boxed in and worried that some incident would happen in the traffic around her. The solution was to get her to be less irrational about driving by showing that most traffic situations are largely predictable, with other drivers intent on their own journey rather than threatening hers. Crucially, she should create her own personal space by backing off from the car or missile launcher in front. The other great fear motorway phobics have is speed itself. After a quick blast around the Rockingham Oval, I levelled out at the motorway speed limit.
How fast are we going?
Oh, 70, of course.
Feels like you're doing about 30.
For the first time in her life, 70 miles an hour wasn't making Julia scared.
One of the things that Julia said is creates anxiety when she's on the motorway is this kind of everything's going so fast. So what we did on the track was that, you know, we got her at 70 miles an hour and we showed her that in a modern, well-maintained car, 70 miles an hour is actually a very manageable and controllable speed.
And even when you make sudden lane changes or brake in an emergency, you don't necessarily lose control.
But nothing happens. We're still doing 70 and we can change lanes.
Oh my God!
We're not saying she should be reckless on the motorway. What we're saying is that she can enjoy the whole process of driving and motorway driving, and that it's not all kind of like, oh, misery and therapy and you can't do this and you can't do that. You know, it can be fun. We pay enough money for motoring, so, you know, she should enjoy it.
But you can actually do it with your eyes shut and your hands off the wheel. Do you know that?
No, I
80
don't
miles
know.
an hour. You can just, oh no! You said it, it stopped. Well, it still stops. You see?
So, after 2 days of intensive work, it's almost time for Julia to head back out onto the motorway alone. Can she do it? Stay tuned to find out. Right, back to our scared driver, Julia.
Here we go, oh my God, oh no.
D-Day has arrived. After 2 days with a psychologist, she's about to embark on the motorway journey that has always filled her with terror.
We all know you're a good driver. I know you're a good driver. Tiff does, you do. You just have to remember some things to help yourself stay relaxed. It's really simple. First of all, space. Give yourself loads of space when you're on the road. Gives you lots of time to react. And hands. If you are getting a bit tense or a bit anxious, just relax your hands on the wheel, relax your shoulders. We're going to be behind you in a big shiny Volvo. We know you can do it, you know you can do it, so it's time to get on and prove it to everyone.
Okay.
More than anything, Julia hates trying to join a motorway, so this is where it's most likely to go wrong.
Well, she's certainly a lot less stressed than she was yesterday, and that's, you know, she was worried before getting on.
Hands and space.
Are you confident now?
I am confident. I think she's really relaxed. She's in a difficult position there. She's been cut up. It's the worst possible entry onto the motorway that she could have had, and she's great. That would have destroyed her yesterday.
There's even a big lorry. But I'm not frightened of you, big lorry. Because I've got space.
She's joined the motorway with complete confidence, and after that, it just gets better and better.
Oh, he's trying to nick my space. Okay, we'll drop down again. And will let me have my space, because it's my space and I am going to have it. And my hands are fine, even though Big Lorry is about to wobble the car. But I don't care, because I'm chilled.
Right, we need to get into the outside lane, because otherwise we'll be here forever.
Outside lane. Right, okay. I'm in the fast lane. Oh, how exciting.
She's enjoying herself.
Into the services for a nice cup of tea.
Whoa, what was the problem there?
Brilliant!
That was fine, wasn't it?
What was all the fuss about?
I don't know, really. It was okay.
You dealt with all the lanes, you dealt with all the lorries.
Yeah.
There was a distinct lack of swearing.
Yeah, I didn't swear.
What does she do now to keep it up?
Right, all you have to do now is practice.
Right.
That's all you need to do. Go out a couple of times a week for the next few weeks,
Yeah.
and you'll never be that anxious again.
Okay.
So
I have to keep
thank you,
practicing.
Conrad.
Yeah, thank you both.
Julia, congratulations. You're on your own. You can find your own way home, can't you? See you. Bye.
See you later.